welcome back to my channel. Hello if you're new here, my name is Kasia. I create skincare content about my adult acne, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, dryness, sun creams, skincare reviews. If that sounds like your thing, then please subscribe down below. Don't forget to put on the notification bell, and that way you'll be updated on my next video. Today is about tretinoin dry skin, also retinoids in general and the dryness that it can cause for your skin, and I suppose even acne medication in general tends to dry out the skin. Just a quick note, I have a lot of coconut oil in my hair right now to nourish it, so that's why it may look wet or just greasy. Anyway, tretinoin has dried out my skin in the past to another level, and that is because I was essentially using it incorrectly. So this video is more going to focus on products, ingredients and techniques that you can use and try out, and some of them you've definitely probably heard of, but others, you know, I just want to share what I have discovered and what I'm enjoying to help with the dryness of my skin. Something I've been really enjoying lately is a hyaluronic acid booster. This one is from Superdrug, and oh my gosh, the reviews on this, I will put some on the screen. The reviews on this, I was like, hold on a minute, that's what sold me, because I was looking for a hyaluronic acid anyway, a big bottle. This is 100 mils. These reviews sold me. I was like, okay, I want to try it out. So this is the hyaluronic acid booster that I've been using, and essentially it says to use it 2 to 3 times a week, which is pretty much what I do, but I don't think there's much harm in using it more than that. If you don't have hyaluronic acid in your routine currently, please go and find one that's going to work for you, because it will make a difference. Next up is one I feel like doesn't get talked about as much, especially if you have acne prone skin, but your SPF is obviously something you need to be using alongside your tretinoin or retinoid acne treatment in general. You know what, even just in general, you should be using it. So something that I really like to use is a hydrating moisturizing SPF. Now, when my acne was kind of at its peak, my oily skin was also at its peak, and that's something that you need to get under control using, for example, Tretinoin, Benzoyl Peroxide, products that help with sebum control. And because I'd always had oily, very oily skin, acne prone skin, I would use SPFs that were mattifying, and that's fine, that's what my skin needed at the time. But as I now use tretinoin and these more drying products, and we're also going into autumn and winter, I like moisturizing SPFs. I want to specify that I'm not talking about very, you know, overly greasy, because even then I can still feel when it's greasy. Now, I don't know if you agree with me, but there's certain feelings on the skin where this feels greasy and heavy, or this feels moisturizing and hydrating. I really hope someone can relate to that, because some sun creams I put on and they feel greasy and heavy. Other sunscreens I put on, they feel a bit more in the moisturizing category. So I apply a generous amount. So let me show you that on the skin, a generous amount. Moisturising SPFs that I would turn a blind eye to before, because I would think they're too thick, too creamy, too heavy, they help me now. I really like this Cica Plus by Roche-Posay balm. This is SPF 50, and this is kind of, as the name suggests, it's more of a balm. You can kind of leave it on the skin. It's slightly heavier, but it's moisturising and nourishing and doing other elements. The way I actually like to use it is by putting it on the driest areas and kind of letting it sit. For the evenings, particularly in the winter, I love an oil. I do. I never used to be the person that likes an oil, but the reason is because I do see a difference, and I do find it helps just keep everything in the skin. Now the trick is, obviously, you don't want too much of an oil, even a good oil, because it just then becomes greasy and heavy, and it's not as pleasant. I've been using the Face Theory jojoba oil. This is their organic jojoba oil and natural vitamin E. Jojoba oil is very effective for acne prone skin because it is very similar to the natural sebum that we produce on our face. So it again is not going to clog your pores, it's not going to be too heavy so long as you are putting on a small amount, and particularly helpful if you sleep with the window open or you have your radiators on, your central heating on, even your aircon. Don't be afraid of an oil. Hemp seed oil is another great one for acne prone skin. Next up is slugging. So slugging is essentially putting on your moisturizer and then topping it off with a petroleum jelly kind of based product or a balm. For some people that may sound scary, especially if you're acne prone. You're then thinking a thick Vaseline on my skin, surely it's just going to break me out. How is that supposed to help me? The fact is that no, it's not going to break you out because it doesn't have the power to get into the pores and clog them and do all this jazz. It literally sits on the very top layer of the skin and it's just going to lock in everything you've put in beneath. I personally prefer to do slugging on the nights where I've not used a Tretinoin. That way I can really just focus on hydrating, moisturising and restoring the skin. Some products I love to use is simple petroleum jelly. A lot of people talk about putting on a thick layer. Now, you definitely do not need a thick layer. You need a small amount and it needs to spread over the face. Adding more on top of more isn't going to really do more. It's just going to build up and sit there. Like, you could do the same with a small layer. Differin Aquaphor is also a great one if you are comfortable using this. It's a soothing skin balm, helps support skin's own regeneration process. Again, this is your petroleum jelly based product with some slightly different ingredients. One I really love is the Roche-Posay Cica Plus Balm. Yes, very similar to the SPF, same consistency, same design, everything. This one has panthenol in there, which is very soothing. It's got it at 5%. It's going to help be a bit more anti-inflammatory, as well as that balm consistency to lock everything in moisture-wise. I also just wanted to mention some heavier sort of moisturizers. Now, these do contain fragrance, not for everybody. Totally understand that, but in some products, I don't mind them, especially if it's not something I'm using daily. I don't mind them. These are the Weleda Skin Foods. You've got the sort of lighter one and the rich one. I like both because they are nourishing on the skin, and I'm pretty sure, I will have to look at the ingredients, but I'm pretty sure these contain zinc as well, which is also just helping to soothe the skin, help it repair, recover, anti-inflammatory, do its job, and I enjoy the scent. Yes, sometimes I enjoy scent. So last but not least is your moisturizer. What are you using? Honestly, when it comes to moisturizer, use what you enjoy. Use what you like on your skin. Use something that you find is not breaking you out, non-comedogenic, does the job. Simple. For me, Cerave does the trick for me. I've got the Cerave facial moisturising lotion and the Cerave moisturiser lotion, which I use on my face. So this one I just kind of take for travel. This one is obviously to stay at home because it's a much bigger bottle. Both fragrance free. As Cerave, the whole brand has ceramides in all of their products. Hyaluronic acid, very nourishing, hydrating, helps the skin repair, can't go wrong. So as I mentioned, the point of this video is to share the products that I'm really loving for my Tretinoin dry skin and what I'm doing. When it comes to makeup, applying foundations and concealers on rougher, drier skin is harder, and it's harder to get more of a smooth skin look if that's what you're going for. And for that, you kind of need to prep your skin before you apply the makeup, the night before and the morning of application. I use a lot of these products prior to applying makeup so that my makeup can go on as smoothly as it can. I do not expect it to be airbrushed, that's not unrealistic. If you are interested in how you can prepare your skin, your Tretinoin dry skin for makeup, then please let me know, because it's something I'm still figuring out, but I've definitely found some tips and tricks and products that are just helping work. Not even necessarily products, sometimes just the ingredients in those products that are just doing the work for it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video. You definitely heard of a sheet mask, right? Super hydrating and moisturizing to the skin. Some people don't like them, as some sheet masks can be full of fragrance. A sheet mask for your bum. Yes, a sheet mask for your bottom. This is a marketing image that claims that this sheet mask will keep your bottom firmed, toned, and smelling of peppermint.